What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, and in this video I'm going to show you how I made this cool ring using a funky new inlay material. Making this ring was surprisingly easy, and you could actually get away with making one of these rings without any power tools whatsoever. For the purpose of speeding up this video though, I did actually use my lathe and a bench polisher and some UV resin finish. Before we jump into the video, there are links to all of the materials and the tools that I used to make the ring, because I know that some of you are going to be very curious as to where I got all the bits from to make this. There's also a link in the description to my free guide to making wooden rings. You should check that out. And also, if you're new here, do all the usual YouTube malarkey, subscribe, and if you think the ring is cool, then tickle the like button. Alright, so let's jump in. I'll show you this cool new material and how I made a ring with it. Alright guys, check out this awesome inlay material. It's called Dichrolam, which I'm guessing is an abbreviation of dichroic laminate. I got this stuff from a gentleman called John Blazy on Instagram. He's the maker of this stuff, and I had to beg him to send me some samples. So this stuff is really cool. It comes in a few different flavors, and they're all these kind of beautiful, colorful dichroic effect, and John actually makes them to mimic the natural patterns of like wood figures and wood bills. So this one is a red titanium bill, and it just looks super cool. Each one of these sheets came and they're like really flexible, so super easy to make rings with. This is another one of the bill textures. It just looks so awesome. Each way that you turn it, there's all these different colors that pop up in it. It's so difficult to kind of describe what it looks like or even capture it on camera. And this is my favorite one. This one's called Black Sea. So when these sheets came, they were labeled as a pre-lam. So I'm guessing that this is the state that they come in before any resin or anything is put over the top of them. And just to demonstrate the inlay, I thought for this video, to keep it simple and keep it short, I just use just a steel inlay ring blank, which I got from ringsupplies.com. So this is a really easy inlay. It looks a lot more complicated than it actually is. So all I did was I measured the width of the inlay channel in the ring blank, and then I just used a metal ruler and a sharp craft knife to cut a strip of the Dichrolam. Easy peasy. So I cut like a 4mm strip, and then just had a little test to see what it looked like when I kind of put it into the ring blank. Now this stuff is really, really cool because I literally didn't need to do any other preparation for this whatsoever. I was just able to just bend it straight away, and it would just wrap around the ring core without any problems, no snappy anything. Then I did the same kind of thing with a few of the different colors as well, different patterns, just to see what it looked like. So I think that red and blue one, that looks super cool. And then I couldn't resist myself. I thought I'd have a quick preview of the Black Sea, and it looked absolutely sick. So I couldn't resist myself but to make a ring with it. So this stuff is really easy to use. The downside would be that it's quite difficult to get hold of. I've put a link to John's Instagram in the description, but as of now I don't know anyone who supplies it. So if I do find a supplier, then I will update the links in the description. For now, I did a little test wrap just to figure out how much I would need of the Dichrolam to kind of make one wrap around the ring inlay. And then I kind of marked it with a pencil, and rather than cutting a straight line, I just kind of cut like a little V around some of the natural sort of figures in the Dichrolam sheet, just so that like the seam would blend in, if that makes sense. To actually glue the Dichrolam into the ring inlay, I used a medium thickness CA glue and a cocktail stick, and I just went around and just centimeter by centimeter I glued that Dichrolam into the inlay channel. And then for a finish, I decided to use AlumiUV, which is a UV curing resin. And I use this just because it's really simple and easy. You can't really mess this up. I think that a CA glue finish would possibly be a quicker option to fill that inlay channel, but there's much less of a learning curve with AlumiUV. So I just thought I'd show you this process. Basically, bang on a layer of the AlumiUV and then stick the ring into a UV light bath. And then repeat. So I just kept on going, applying a layer of the resin and then sticking the ring in the UV bath until the inlay channel was slightly overfilled with the UV resin. And then I was able to put the ring onto just a spindle on my wood lathe, and I used a few grits of sandpaper to smooth over the surface of the resin, just making sure that the resin would come like flush with the surface of the metal on the ring. And so I used 400, 600, 1200 grit wet and dry sandpapers, which left like a chalky kind of sateen finish. And then I just moved on to using Micromesh sheets, and I built up to using a 12,000 grit Micromesh. You can get this stuff on eBay or Amazon. Really worth it, as it's super useful for polishing like CA or acrylics, whatever. And that left a slightly nicer finish. But UV resin is, in my opinion, is harder to get super shiny than say the equivalent CA glue finish. So to actually bring out like a full power shine, I just used my bench polisher with a bit of polishing compound, and just went over and just buffed the ring until I'd achieved a full power shine. And that's pretty much it. Nice and easy, but super effective. So if you think that's a cool inlay, hit the like button and maybe share this with some of your ring maker, pen turner, or wood turning friends. As I'd love to see some people using this stuff in their projects. Like I said, I'm not sure if this is available for ring makers right now, but I'm sure if enough of you drop John Blazy a message on Instagram, he'll consider releasing some sheets for ring making inlays. So, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Give me a subscribe and check out those links in the description. Peace.